Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Mama Ghazal, and today in this video, we will talk about the new evaluation in the field of nanotechnology, which is said to be Nanocar. Nanocar is not exactly the real car because it does not contain any kind of a molecular motor, and it was designed to answer the question of how fullerene move about on metal surfaces, specifically whether they roll or slide. And this kind of a nanocar is designed on a molecular level. So this is one of the chemical structure of a nanocar, which is having four wheels. These four wheels are made up of carbon-60 fullerene. So basically, when we are talking about nanocars, so nanocars refers to a mobilized or the molecular sized vehicle designed and constructed on the nanoscale, typically using nanotechnology principle. And the concept of nanocars gained attention in the field of nanoscience and nanotechnology as a way to explore the possibility of manipulating and controlling matter at the molecular level. So the basic structure of the nanocar comprising of a chassis-like core, often made up of a rigid organic framework, and the four wheels, typically functionalized groups or molecular entities attached to these chassis, allowing the nanocar to move across the surface. And one more important thing is that the molecule consists of an H-shaped chassis with fullerene groups attached to the four corners, which are acting as a wheels. So this is the one picture where you can see the images of the real nanocars or the nanotrucks, which are in the form of H-shaped. The most famous nanocar is perhaps the one which was developed by the researchers at Rice University in 2005 by the group of Professor James Tour. And these nanocars, often called as the nanocar race car, consist of a single molecule with a chassis, axles, and freely rotating wheels. The movement of these nanocars can be achieved or was achieved by using scanning tunnel microscopy, which we are using the same scanning tunnel microscopy in nanomanipulation to push the molecule along a flat metal surface. So one notable example is that the nanocar, a molecule which can resembles like a tiny car and can be precisely controlled at the nanoscale. The development of nanocar represents a significant milestones in nanotechnology and molecular engineering. So these are some of the examples of the molecular nanovehicles or nanocars from left to right. The original molecular wheelbarrow, a nanovehicle, tryptophan valley wheels, a nanovehicle with carbon-60, which is your fullerene, and with four switchable legs instead of wheels. So these are the basic examples or the structures of the nanocars which you can found anywhere in these typical forms. And another picture will give you an idea that molecular wheels already used to build molecular nanovehicles from left to right, like carbon-60 fullerene and p-carborane, that sub-thiocyanine and adamantane. So these are the things which we have to focus when we are seeing the images of the nanocars or the nanovehicles, what they are using. And nanovehicles are molecular machines which can able to move efficiently with some kind of a control and directionality at the nanoscale. And various nanocars were subsequently synthesized by the same group using carboranes, ruthenium organometallic complexes, and adamantanes as alternative wheels instead of your fullerene wheels or any other tryptophan wheels, any other wheels. So the nanocars, which use roughly spherical molecules called Buckminster fullerene as wheels, or you can say that these are the common, this is the common or the normal nanocar wheels, which we are using as carbon-60. So each buckyball is a 60 carbon truncated isohedron made up of aromatic rings, and the axils and chases consist of phenyl rings and alkyne units. It was necessary also to include several decyl chains on the axils and chases units to give the nanocars solubility in typical organic solvents for handling and processing. The functional components which you are having in your nanocar is like each wheel of nanocar is designed to interact with a specific surface and enabling controlled movement. Functional groups such as thiol or amine groups may be incorporated for surface attachments and controlled mobility. Some propulsion mechanism is like various propulsion mechanisms are explored, including light-driven or chemical-driven processes. For example, the scanning tunneling microscope tip to push or pull the nanocar across a conductive surface. And some nanocars were developed without wheels or motors and were able to transform an electronic excitation into a controlled movement. So these are the basic characteristics by which we can understand that how the nanocars are working, how the functional components are incorporating in that, and what will be the propulsion mechanism. Some of the examples of nanocars, the first is Rice University's nanocar. The structure consists of chases made of organic molecules, four rotating wheels, and axles, which is kind of H-shaped. Movement propelled by a scanning tunneling microscope tip, providing controlled movement on a gold surface. Another is tetrahedral nanocar. Structure is the molecules with functionalized groups to allow movement, and movements utilizes the rotation of chemical bonds for mobility. Motorized nanocars, which includes molecular motors as part of the design, and the movement where the molecular motors, often powered by external stimuli like light, drive the movement of the nanocar, and etc. So these are the potential applications of nanocars where you can see in various kind of fields, like in the drug delivery. Your nanocars could be designed to carry drugs to specific targets within the body, allowing you for highly targeted and efficient drug delivery, and the precise control at the molecular level could minimize the side effects. And this particular kind of nanocars are used for basically the cancer treatments. Nanoscale manufacturing includes nanocars, and similar nanomachines might be employed in nanoscale manufacturing processes, which could manipulate and assemble molecules with precision, enabling the creation of advanced materials and devices. It is also used in the field of information storage, where they could lead to highly dense and efficient storage devices with the potential for significantly increased data storage capacities. Sensors and diagnostics, where you can use nanocars for detecting and diagnosing diseases at the molecular level, which might be navigate through biological systems, identifying and reporting on specific markers or abnormalities. It is used for energy conversion, where molecular scale machines could be designed at the nanoscale level, and this might be the involvement of harvesting energy from environmental sources or converting one form of energy into another with high efficiency. Nanocars are the best example for environmental remediation also, such as cleaning up pollutants at the molecular level or assisting in the breakdown of harmful substances. So these are the basic and the general information related to nanocars. If you like this video, so please do subscribe my channel, like and share. Thank you and bye for now.